Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in our last video we textured this glob model, and today we are going to render this in Maya using Arnold. So let's set up a plane as a background. And I'm going to extrude these edges and then bevel just for these soft corners. And let's assign a material for this background first. So I'm going to take a standard surface and let's rename it as background. And now I'm going to apply the textures we created in Substance Painter. So for this I'm going to use this Substance plugin. So if you have installed it, then you'll see a shelf like this. Then click on this icon here which says apply workflow to maps, and it will show you a window like this. And by going to the select multiple maps, you can import your texture maps. So first I'm going to import my map texture. So just select all these textures and then OK. And as you can see that our metallic is not here, and that's because our metallic map is named as metalness, so that's why it did not take it as metallic. So you just have to manually select this and now hit apply. Right click, go to apply existing material and select this AI Stand Surface 2. And now you can see that you have this map texture here on this glob. You can rename it as map, and just to be sure, just go to this metalness and make sure the color space is set to raw, and in the color balance the alpha is luminance is checked. Go to geometry, and in the normal let's make sure it has the same settings. So we are good with this map texture. Now let's select this and again click on here, apply workflow to maps, and let's import our metal texture. And again it's not going to take your metallic, so you're gonna have to manually select it and apply. Right click and go to existing material and select this standard surface 2. Go to attribute editor and let's rename it as metal. And if you're seeing some pixelated dots like this, what you can do, just go to this renderer and open the settings of this viewport 2.0 and scroll down, and you can go to this floating point render target and disable it. It will fix this issue. Close it. So we have this simple scene here. Just select this and make sure it's under this globe like this. So first we are going to use an HDRI image for our rendering. So go to Arnold and in the light select this sky dome. Go to attribute editor, open this light, and in the color let's take a file, and in this file let's import this HDRI image. You can download this image from the link in the description. Now let's set up a camera here. So I'm going to go in the create and camera. Now to set up this camera, just go to panels and click on this look through selected. So now you can see through this camera. So this scene looks fine. And you can lock this camera by going here and click on this lock camera icon. Let's move this background to right a little bit. Now let's go to render setting, and in the system let's change the render device from CPU to GPU. We are going to use our GPU for this rendering, and you can also click on this enable menu selection and select your GPU device, and here you can change the image size. Let's take 1K for now. Now go to Arnold and click on this render. And as you can see that we have a lot of noise in our scene. So what we can do to fix this, just go to render setting, and here I'm going to increase my camera samples, and also I'm going to go in this adaptive sampling and enable it. So let's see if it fixes this issue. So since we increase the samples, so it's going to take a while to render this, so just relax and let it finish. So our render is done, but as you can see we still have a lot of noise in our scene. So to fix that, what you can do, just reduce the samples and use optics denoiser. First we are going to take a snapshot so that we can compare it with the other render. Now let's go to render settings and decrease the samples, this one to 10, and here let's take 4, and this time we are going to go in the add imager. And if you don't see this section here, what you can do is just go to Windows and click on this display settings, go to imager and add denoiser optics. And scroll down and you'll see this set box filter, just click on it. And now let's see if it removes the noise in our render. So since we turned down the samples in our render settings, so it should not take long to render this. So our render is finished, and let's take a screenshot and then we can compare this with the previous one. So if I go here and click on this, then you can see that we had a lot of noise in this scene before using the optics denoiser. And if we see this denoised render, then you can clearly see that all that noise is gone now. Let's save this. So go to save image, and here you can save this. Let's name it render and save. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you did, then drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And in the next video, we're going to render this same object in Marmoset Toolbag. So if you're not using Arnold and Maya, you can use Marmoset to render your assets. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.